welcome to our regular Wednesday feature on changing with God as we reflect on our Sunday service and think about how that should change us. This week we had the privilege of watching some videos from members of our partner church in Eldoret, Kings Highway Church, as they talked about their prayer life. And Mark asked us, as we watched those videos, to answer two questions. Firstly, to think about what strikes us, and secondly, to think about what we could put into practice. What struck me as I listened and watched those videos was the very first thing. And Stella said that prayer was simply humbling yourself before God, and that is the greatest achievement. To be honest, I can be proud because I can do lots of things. I can preach, I can visit, I can be a leader, and I can take pride in what I do. I don't need anything. But prayer reminds me that actually I do. I need God. And the way I show I need God is by humbling myself, thinking of myself less, and coming to him in prayer. I really needed to be reminded of that on Sunday. But as we come to prayer, the next question that raises in my head is, when we're praying, who are we praying to? There's a song that we sing in church called The Goodness of God, and in that it talks about us and God being friends and being lovers, about how God pursues us like a lover and a friend. We also sing songs about God being a father. Because prayer is all about a relationship. It's a relationship with God where I humble myself before him. And how I see God makes an awful lot of difference. If I see him as a master or as a despot, I have a very different relationship with him. And so I was reminded again that I come to God, I humble myself before him as a lover, as a friend, as a son. So what about the next question? How do we put this into practice? Well, to be honest, spending 5 hours in prayer and getting up at 4 a.m. is not something that I, in my context, am able to do. But instead of feeling guilty about that, I need to put into practice what works for me, and you do too. So what I do is, after breakfast, I will come and sit in this chair and spend some time soaking in the presence of God. I use Lectio 365, I read the Bible in a year, and I will have things I pray for, but my prayer life is about soaking, it's about renewing that relationship with God every morning, and that keeps me going throughout the day. That's what I am trying and have put into practice. Bishop Francis at the end of the video talked about making prayer a habit. Now, we usually don't like habits. Usually it's bad habits, isn't it? But I've got plenty of those, I can assure you. But habits, they say, take 21 days to form. We're going to be in lockdown for greater than 21 days. So my challenge to you and to me is, well, let's make prayer a habit. Find a time just to be still. Every day, same time every day. To be still, to come before God, to connect with him as your father, as your friend, or as your lover. Humble yourselves. Get rid of the pride that says, I can do it my way. Have a good habit of prayer. And so that habit becomes a pattern for our lives, where we relate with God day by day, all throughout the day. God bless you. I hope you're keeping well. Ian will be back on Friday and be talking about how transforming with God and how prayers can transform the world for God. God bless.